Fam, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Who do you think is going to win the national championship? Notre Dame or Ohio State? Type N for Notre Dame. Type O for Ohio State. We're going to talk about that and a few other things today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Nick Saban was announced to the College Football Hall of Fame on Friday. Yo, shocker, right? Coach Saban needs to be the college football commissioner. Do you agree with me on this? Type Y for yes inside the comment box. Type N for no. There better be 0 no's inside the comment box. What Coach Saban did here at Alabama football was marvelous, magnificent, extraordinary, whatever adjective you want to tack onto it. But I think where Coach Saban is right now in his professional career, where he's at after he did everything at Alabama, there's nobody in this planet that is more qualified to be a college football commissioner. Now, does that position need to be created by the NCAA or someone else? Hell yeah, because right now, the only person that I feel could save the sport that we love is Coach Saban. Okay, so Coach Saban yesterday, when they announced that he had made the College Football Hall of Fame, he didn't take on the me mentality. He was saying that he had a great staff around him. Coach Saban needs to be the college football commissioner. I was just thinking about that. Hopefully at some point later on in his career, that position can be created and he can be that person. I don't know. Just thinking about that. But where he is right now on College Football Game Day is honestly has piqued my interest in College Game Day. I thought before Pat McAfee was a little bit too much, but I think he's been the perfect yin and yang with Coach Saban right together. Who would have thought? Anyways, it's been fun to watch this season. Last night, Ohio State beat Texas. Look, I think Ohio State would have beat Texas 8 out of 10 times. I really do. I think that Ohio State was the better team. And look, Kurt Herbstreit said this. Ohio State didn't pay $20 million or whatever for that team. He said they paid $20 million to keep that team and then added on players like Caleb Downs and maybe a couple other guys like a Seth McLaughlin, who, by the way, didn't even play last night because he's injured. Look, however you want to spin it, this Ohio State team is better than every other team in college football. Still surprising that they lost 2 games this season, Oregon and Michigan. I guess Ryan Day just can't beat Michigan, and Oregon at that point in time playing in Eugene played a good game. This Ohio State team can run the football. They have 2 running backs. I think they might have eclipsed 1,000 yards each. Think about that, what I just said. They have a freshman wide receiver who's absolutely extraordinary, just like Alabama, right? Jeremiah Smith. My goodness, that guy's now, I get it, didn't do much last night. That was part of the game plan by Texas, was to stop Jeremiah Smith at all costs. They have another wide receiver that they get the ball to, Mbuka, right? And then on defense, I was looking at this. They have 8 guys in Pro Football Focus that have grades over 80. So Ohio State is built to be here. Now, on the other side of the coin, you have Notre Dame. Now, the more likable coach in this matchup is 1,000,000% Marcus Freeman. And I think growing up, we all watched Notre Dame football because, Notre Dame was on NBC, still is. Notre Dame football, I think, is a team that punched over their belt. They were able to catch a Penn State team who I felt had an easy route to get there. Notre Dame beat Georgia without its quarterback. With all that set aside, Notre Dame playing some pretty good defense. Now, Leonard played pretty well against Penn State, could air out the football, but I'm definitely taking Ohio State in this next matchup. 10-plus points. Let me know if you agree inside the comment box with my assessment of Notre Dame taking on Ohio State. I think the end of this matchup will just be too much offense for Ohio State and too much defense. We'll see what happens in the college football championship game. But, to say that you're at this point during the college football season is pretty significant, considered it's now an NFL schedule to get here. 15, 16 type, season games is an absolute grind. The other thing that I'll say too, these teams were better than Alabama football. I'm on receipts many times saying Alabama should still be in the playoffs. Look, the only team that they might have been better than in the playoffs is, I guess, SMU or like a Boise State. But even watching Boise State, I was like, damn, this team's pretty good. And Arizona State, look, even though I disagree that they got to buy into these playoffs, the way that they utilize their offensive weapons and the way that all these teams have really been able to use their offensive weapons compared to Alabama's offense still really stands out. For example, like this tight end for Penn State, Tyler Warren, number 44. They get him the ball. He has over 100 receptions this season. So, look, say what you want about Penn State and James Franklin. They can't win the big game. I think Franklin is now 4-25 versus top 10 teams or something like that. They were able to get the football to their offensive weapons. So I know you guys don't like the Alabama offensive coordinator in year one. Let's see what he can do in year two. I was looking at Mel Kiper's latest draft board. Still has Jalen Milroe at number 4. Now, the biggest headline this week for the quarterback position was Carson Beck going to not the NFL, but transferring to go to Miami. And I would imagine that he's getting between $5 and $6 million to go to Miami. That's like third round type money. We've talked about this plenty. Do you feel that Jalen Milroe is going to go in rounds 1, 2, 3, 4 through 7? Because I think when you look at this, Jalen Milroe, and when you look to this quarterback class, he's still number 4 from Mel Kiper. I think there was Shedeur Sanders. You had Cam Ward. I think Milroe was even ahead of Quinn and Will Howard, who played last night. So he's like the 4th quarterback on the board right now. I have no idea. Teams in the NFL need quarterbacks. I have no idea where Jalen Milroe is going to go in the NFL draft, but it'll be interesting to watch. And I was thinking last night, and even looking at the Pro Football Focus numbers, I was thinking, is Quinn Ewers, is Will Howard, Kyle McCord, for example, for Syracuse, are these guys better than Jalen Milroe? What do you think? Inside the comment box. I think yes, but last night there was a couple times Will Howard, I knew he was going to throw an interception. Quinn Ewers struggled with pocket presence with that type of offensive line. And then Kyle McCord, there was a game this past season where he threw 5 interceptions against Pittsburgh or something like that. The quarterback class isn't good. That's another reason for Jalen Milroe to bounce out. This is one of those years where NFL teams need quarterbacks, and it's not a strong quarterback class, right? I think Shedeur Sanders, those guys will do fine. Jalen Milroe, who the hell knows how he's going to do in the NFL, but I think it's interesting to see, compare Jalen versus Will Howard and Quinn Ewers. Those guys are, they each have different attributes. I don't know. I'd be curious to see what you think inside the comment box. But just wanted to hop on here on Saturday, give you my quick thoughts about Nick Saban being in the College Football Hall of Fame. It's a shocker, right? And then Ohio State beating up on Texas, and then Ohio State now and Notre Dame in the College Football Championship game. It's going to be interesting to see. Either way, I'm going to be watching it. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend with your friends, with your family. Take time to enjoy the weekend. I am live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time as news happens. Sometimes I just upload videos because I want to talk college football, and I love what I do. I appreciate you guys. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.